It was very innovative. It's robots and it was cool.
That is really cool.
Nope, there's one.
We have one.
Okay, great. Welcome, Quinn. Thanks for joining.
Hey, have you seen Darren yet?
Not yet.
Okay, I apologize for being late. I'm going to need to be off camera because we're on the road a little bit. Thanks, Paul, for taking lead on this.
Of course. All right, well, welcome everybody. Thanks for being here. I guess we can go ahead and start with item number 1 on the agenda. It was the art contest report.
Yeah.
I'll turn the time over to
Holly.
Holly
Holly.
Sorry, Holly from the library.
Yeah. So, I apologize it's taken so long for me to come and do this, but I definitely wanted your feedback and kind of how Sarah was able to involve me in the process and hear your thoughts as well and how it went. But I got promoted in the middle of this and had to do 2 jobs till we like found my replacement and right around this contest when it ended. So then we have some reading which you want to think. So yes. Anyway, I'm glad I'm here now. So I thought it went really well. The only thing like I would love to see differently is that we only got 4 entries. And so I was kind of disappointed about that. We had 1 entry, so I thought we were gonna get 0 entries. And what we received 1 entry on the like deadline. But by that point, I'd already decided to extend it by 2 weeks. And Sarah was really pretty great to work with. I know she was pretty busy with her class and stuff, and so sometimes it took us like a little longer to get things done, but like she was great to work with and did a lot.
Was this
to
the
help
Earth
with it.
Day
So,
thing?
the Earth Day art. So I feel like at least the last time you did you do it? I can't remember. Anyway, in 2020, I know you had like about 17, 18 entries, and I don't know if it's because school had canceled and some of these, maybe the art shows that kids, because in May, I wondered if one of the problems with maybe our timing was that, you know, they had the Springville Museum's high school art show around the same time. And so I wonder, I know in the past, when we worked with the Arts Council, we would try to have a high school art show at the beginning of the year, January, February, because that was before some of the spring shows where they're trying to get their art ready for the Springville art show. So I wonder if it just wasn't great timing for high school students, but I mean, we did get one or 2 teachers that, I think it was just maybe just 1 teacher that got 2 or 3 of her kids. So that was most of the entries. And then we had one of our Orm Team Library Council members. That was the other entry. But they were all like quality entries. Did you guys get to see them?
Yeah.
See
Yeah.
them?
Yeah.
Definitely.
I did, yeah. Yeah. Can't remember, did we give them money or some sort of?
So
award?
we did pick 1 winner and they received a $50 gift card.
Okay.
And they also, we made they got their arts for a week on the Emerson Mall. Like,
Okay, good.
marquee or what is that? So that's great exposure for them. So I think she was excited about that. And so I don't know. I don't know if you guys want to do it next year. I thought we could do it next year, but maybe we even expand. Maybe we do younger ages because that was also limiting to do just 7th grade through 12th grade. And I think we'll get more participation if I open it up to younger.
I think so, like the elementary,
Yeah, we can have winners for different age groups. I think we'll get a ton of it. I think we'll probably get a ton of entries that way.
Yeah.
So I'd be up for it because then if I have more entries, I can fill, because also the second reason is that I fill the 3 different gallery spaces in the library and it could be a busy job with all my normal library duties. And so it's so nice. I had to kind of come up with something else on the other wall because we only had 4 entries. But I think if we open up the elementary school,
So when we do the horror stories,
to be displayed in the children's wing. So we
Yeah.
don't do horror stories anymore because Cindy Clark. I mean, I would love to do it. I don't have on the Arts Council because Cindy Clark left the Arts Council and she's the one that was the art specialist.
Well,
School
so
that we were-
Cassie Barn. Okay, well, I'm saying, you could utilize people that they use, they probably have, I don't know, 50.
Yeah, they have a
entries.
lot, yeah.
You can tap into the teachers or wherever they.
Yeah, because I have my own teacher list and so did Sarah. And so we did send a list of the contents to them and to get their students to submit it.
And did we say there was a gift card and a?
Yeah, and that was all in the publicity. So I don't know why we have less of things this year, but.
We can give a little promotion on the students.
To address maybe the timing issue that we thought of, I wonder if we could advertise it earlier and have the reveal of the winner on
I was thinking that it's.
Yeah, so I think we did start a little bit later than I wanted to. So now that we know we're gonna do it next year, we can really get a better start. I have all the publicity ready to just update really quickly. And so,
Good idea.
so we did, yeah, I thought we tried to have it reveal on Earth Day, but because we didn't have the entries and we had to extend the deadline 2 weeks, it made it so we couldn't get it quite done for Earth Day, but that's always the goal, so.
Right. Oh,
Still a good one.
yeah.
So I think, yeah, so do you guys feel good about that
Yeah.
plan maybe for next year?
Sounds
'Cause,
great.
we kind of have a goal as the library art team to have at least one art show a year that involves the art of Orem students, and because we're not doing Orem stories anymore with the arts council system.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah. I think that sounds
great
to me. Thank you.
cool, yeah, yeah, well, I'm gonna step out now. Let me know.
Thank you so much for helping us lead that. Really appreciate it. And I love the idea of expanding the audience. I think your ideas were great. Thank you.
Great, thanks, Quinn, is that Quinn?
Yeah, that's good, yeah.
You.
Thank you, Holly.
Yeah,
Thank you.
my kids are also at Nestle, by the way, Chinese immersion.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's fun, yeah.
Yeah,
Good program.
Yeah.
Yeah. See ya. All right. Item number 2 was something that Darren submitted about bike parking. I know a little bit about what he was talking about, maybe from the email he sent, but then also from the Bike Forum Facebook page. Let's see. So Darren wrote, Bike Orem today documents that only 2 of Orem city parks have bike racks. The city center park and Windsor.
Well, we definitely need him for Hillcrest. That's
Yeah.
that's gonna be opening on Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are some benefits.
Is there, can you talk to Steve, because now we need to have this.
Yeah,
I will say the bike racks at the city center park are wildly hard to find, because they're only this. Because when
Yeah.
we go to the farmer's market, people are attaching their bikes to a lot of other things.
Yeah.
At the senior center. Is the only bike rack I've found.
and the only bike racks at Sarah Park that I'm aware of are at the pool.
Because I haven't seen any others.
That seemed like a reasonable thing to put in our parks. Should be more cyclists. friendly.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think the request from Darren that we discussed is how would we go about requesting those?
Mark?
Yeah, I think they're investigating what it takes.
Yeah, I don't think they're, I mean, I don't know how much a bike rack is, but I don't know, $500,000 for a rack, I don't know, I'm guessing.
It depends on what you want to install. I mean, there's the simple U. Even if you start with maybe the simple U
Those-
frames,
Yeah.
which are better than. So there's actually a whole thing around what makes a good bike rack. You want 2 points of contact. So the old school ones that you would put your
Yeah,
wheel in, those are all trash. You don't want those.
And that's the one that's at the senior center.
Okay, so I'm gonna trash you. Yeah, so you can get basic U ones, and I think, they're $100, $200, and then installations are. Well, it's just time and.
Well, I can just say, the fiscal year started July 1. We haven't run out of money yet. So I think we could probably find something to see if it's.
Yeah, well, they're investigating that and seeing.
Yeah.
There's maybe a way we can.
Let's for sure make sure we have brand new ones in press, because that's in the small.
It'll take me a minute to get those plans.
And Sheridan too, right?
Yeah, by the pickleball. Yeah, by the pickleball.
I just think, I think they all should have it. I think that's something that we could
At least a couple.
easily get through. I can't imagine it saying, no, we don't want that. But that's especially for what Family City USA, families ride bikes, right?
Right.
Kids ride bikes.
Right.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
that's an easy sell.
We prefer to get some different bikes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, what, otherwise they gotta climb into a tree or something, right?
Right, well, yeah, that's what, so couple people in bike forum basically went around all the different parks and they just looked at where people were putting their bikes. There's people have their bikes and it's usually against a tree. Fence locked to a fence, you know, things like that. And
Yeah, let's get a goal to at least get the major parks done, and if not all, if we have to phase it in over 2 years, that's fine, but let's do it.
yeah, I know that when my family rides their bike to the Sarah Shell, we end up like walking our bikes to the fence. Things like that.
Okay, yeah,
If there's
yeah.
nothing else, there's no choice.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't know that we didn't have bike racks, I would have thought that from one. Thank
Yeah,
you.
so something to work on, okay. So.
Thank you for supporting that, Debbie. That seems like an easy win for us if we can just get the support from Parks and Rec on that. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Happy to run that up the. You just have to say Family City USA and then they're gonna say sure. Here's the trick.
Okay.
Well, no, that was their big to rebrand and that's who we are and you have to look at that with everyone and so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a way to keep.
It really is, yeah, there's no negatives for, yeah. So I think it's gonna be an easy sell. Happy.
Great, thank you. Thanks, Matt. Okay, item 3. I think 3 and 4 kind of go a little bit together, but 3 is event planning and 4 is event booth materials. So I think with event planning, this again maybe was a Darren mostly item because he had some updates about the hike that he shared via email. If I remember right, he has a an interpretive guide that he's lined up for the hike now.
Yeah.
Running with the weekends.
It's gonna be up behind Timberlands Park. I think. It's basically going up the canyon a little ways.
October 14th.
Yeah, we were gonna push it back to October.
I think it's that fall break. We
We did, and I think it was the week before. Correct. Yeah, that was my concern.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah, and so I think everything's lined up to have the event. We would just need to start advertising at this process. Whenever we want to do that. I don't know how far ahead. We might want to do it a month ahead, and then again, a few weeks ahead and a week ahead or something like that. Okay. Does anyone have any other event planning beyond the booth stuff?
You guys could be part of Harvest Festival.
Maybe in a booth context.
That's what I'm thinking because there's a lot of families out and I know that they try to do a lot of it. Where the food comes from, and what's the hospital, yeah, but it's something that kind of makes sense.
It's kind of health related.
Yeah, it's healthy
right?
it is, and maybe we
Yeah.
want to talk about. Cycling.
Transport.
Yeah, something.
When is that?
I think it's October. I think, I know when Harvest Festival. It's fall for sure, but.
Yeah, so Sarah said September 25th.
They do get a lot of people out down there. I will
Yeah.
say. Good. Like a Monday.
We can have a little Sebastian.
You try to get him, if
Yeah.
he's there, yeah.
That'll be
I know you can get a pumpkin, you can get a pumpkin that night. It's actually,
Yeah, I think nice to have a booth there.
You know, especially if we have.
so like 5 to 9, did you say?
4 to 7:30.
I like man, woman, the booth.
Yeah, and I think you should.
Yeah, I know that Sarah, this was probably back in 19, maybe even 18. You know that Sarah put together like a little survey that people could fill out. And we didn't have a booth, but she just like basically talks to people as they were waiting in line to go down the slides and all that kind of stuff. It was about, I think it was about the city's use of renewable energy and the charging stations and things like that, because a lot of those things were new. I think we were just talking about it back then, but.
It would be nice if we get some bike walks or something to get out. Yeah.
Yeah,
I work till 5:30, so I can take a 6 o'clock. I can take the last. There's somebody. Yeah.
and just good chance that they would go there too. It'd be nice if they had two people.
Or we can maybe UTA give us little bike, they have those flashers, yeah, they got one. What good things, we could maybe see if they will partner with us. A little flashing light, but I think it goes on. Right? I don't know, it's not for safety.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, okay.
Oh, yeah. That would be
And then-
great. Yes, and just put people together
Okay.
here.
We could probably try to get that,
Bar.
and that would be easy to get out. Let's see about that. Do you wanna pass that down, or see if you can? See if you can get those. Sorry.
I think we should be able to.
Oh, I know, because they give away all kinds of stuff.
You think? Possibly.
And of a donation or budget?
Oh, donation. Yeah, that's a freebie.
No, I mean, but. You ordered them or they provide them?
Oh, UTA. They're in UTA swag. But I'd probably talk to Mary.
Yeah.
But I'm saying something like that,
I like that.
which
yeah.
is, I don't know, goes on the handlebar, I don't know, but that's a fire thing.
Yeah,
So I think that's,
that'd be great. Yeah, that's like that.
Just as a quick update, I did find the bike racks at Hillcrest, sadly.
and
Okay.
There looks like there are four, not four racks, four spots.
For slots.
It's a very abstract that I'm looking at,
It's a rendering.
but I can only see one spot with them. And if I'm correct, it's kind of by the splash pad area.
okay.
Okay.
Yes. So there are some.
Well, something better than that.
Yep,
Yeah.
we'll take it.
Did we have like those materials that?
So, yeah, we were gonna kind of talk through that next.
Oh, for one, actually really quick, I'm sorry, for the event planning,
Uh-huh.
I did send Darren a list of addresses. For
Oh,
Xeriscape.
the Xeriscape again too. Okay.
Oh, which reminds me of that, if we get a few emails every once in a while, from people wanting to qualify for reimbursement, but we have something we discuss as a council, but we have concern about grass and could they make some sort of accommodation, but we might want to revisit that because we're getting more pressure from people saying we really want to change that and you qualify, and Orm's not one that we can qualify. Right, so I don't know if you wanna revisit that.
The landscape.
Yeah, the landscaping garden. It was like, there was something about the grass we wanted. Force people, do you remember the grass discussion? Okay,
That's a, you know,
but I can
it's
tell
not
you,
going anywhere
not going anywhere.
until. The mayor says, going back in the agenda. Any suggestions?
You just need four of us to say that, not just the mayor, just four.
Oh, yeah. But I was in a meeting with. Three of the four. 6 weeks ago.
And,
That's important.
oh, no, see, I don't know, we're
Just
just,
keep waiting.
well, they can just keep answering those emails.
Yeah, I don't think the problem's gonna go away. We'll see though.
Yeah, so we keep database, so they contact us, so.
Well, I can say this, all depends on who the city council. are. Totally. different.
And how many of those emails that you get probably?
I could get one each month.
Okay.
About.
There's, a couple. Pretty hard philosophical lines around the sand about the issue.
Oh,
Unless they change their philosophical stance on property rights. And I don't see them changing their mind, no matter how many emails they get. You know, they
But it's
could,
still let people do what they want, right? If we change the landscape ordinance or no, it would require.
so the ordinance allows, actually 100% seriously. It also allows 100%. Grants.
Yeah.
The problem is, Central Utah Water will only give our residents and business owners grant monies for flicker strip and other programs. If we limit them to 35%. We went back to them and said, well, what if we just did it for your construction? Substantial remodels, business. Yeah, that works. So we thought we had something. Where, you know, you had in the road ordinance provision, that basically exempted out existing single family homes. And it said, basically. If you have 100% grass today, let's say. Legalese term, it said, if you have 100% of grass today. And you voluntarily convert that 70% grass. That'd be fine. You wouldn't have to come up with the full 35% if you were an existing home. But you couldn't revert back. You couldn't go from 70 to 100.
Because it would be a new change, so you have to.
That or it'd be a decrease of, say, even an existing home had 70%. And they want to go to 100, no, that, because again. So we crafted that you could come closer to compliance for existing homes.
There you go, for it.
And then new construction would have to comply with 35%.
Only 35%. Per minute.
And there's also
Right.
restrictions.
It doesn't have anything to do with rear yard, side yard.
And
That was
it
nice.
has to be a big piece of grass, it couldn't be
But
like.
water.
By
So what's my fellow,
those deciding. If we go on the issue,
what was the philosophical?
because property rights. If a new homeowner, even though they wouldn't be installing it, it'll likely be installed by a developer.
No,
If they wanted to,
put grass.
if they didn't like their zero escaping and they wanted more than 35% grass, they would not be allowed to do that.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
So if they wanted to tear out the zero escaping, put in 100%
it's like the
grass,
flexibility.
that wouldn't be allowed. And Central Utah Water is not willing to compromise in that. Now, we did propose. Well, would you allow more grass? And even this proposal wouldn't solve that philosophical issue. Would you allow 50 or 70% grass if it was a drought tolerant strain like buffalo or something else? They weren't willing to go for that because they wanted a consistent standard throughout all cities that adopt this.
I can see that.
So,
Okay, that's really.
and several cities have already adopted it by the time we have a discussion and so they were. Now, I was talking to the mid-level bureaucrat manager. And if I wanted to leave, you know, a real hard issue, I could say, well, let me talk, I could pull out. The K name. For men, what is it? What's a Karen? What's a Ken? I could be a Ken and
Oh,
say, hey, let me see your manager.
Yeah.
I could be a Ken and run up the chain and say, well, I'm not satisfied, but
Yeah.
I haven't taken that measure because I don't see how that helps where we're at. Sure. Philosophically with the council.
Yeah.
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 Well, if the council came back and said, no, I mean. We really like. This compromise of. You know, maybe more grass for drought tolerant species or something, and you really go, all right, fine, I'll run up the chain over Central Utah. And be the chat. And find out who this person's also is, you know.
All right, I think about the discussion. It was a drought.
Right now, it's just any grass. Yeah, our compromise is say, we allow more grass equals drought grass. Drought tolerant. But if you don't want to limit the amount of grass, period, that's sort of the point of this discussion.
Right. All right, cool.
So.
Well, so then that means like our work to educate and provide in sports or.
Well, they can still do it, they just get the money. It's fun,
The
right?
biggest thing is the rebate.
And spending.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
If you just do it because that's what you want to do, that's great. Well, let's still educate because, you know,
a lot of people want the rebate, and they can't get it right.
yeah, sure. Like I said, councils change, I know. I'm going off, so who knows what'll come out.
We'll keep an eye out.
Yeah, yeah.
Personal property rights though are a big thing. I have to say that's a big thing. Yeah, that- We don't really like to force people.
So your biggest. You have to recycle your water. Dump it back in Lake Powell before you can, before you can claim your next allotment of water rights.
Matt, sorry to interrupt. Sound is such that I can't hear everything as much as I would like to. Can you just summarize the bottom line here? Am I understanding right that we are at an impasse on that issue and that we're not going to be able to get to a place where we can get to the rebate? Is that what I heard?
Yes.
Yes.
The position of Central Utah Water and the position of majority of the council right now are not congruent. And we are at an impasse.
Okay, thank you for clarifying
What-
that. Thank you.
Something else is acceptable.
Okay, so then moving on to event booth materials.
I have a request in, I'll have to follow up, Jason.
Okay, and that's for the tablecloth and the canopy?
Yeah.
Okay,
Do we want to make like posters or something?
well, we have some posters.
Yeah, we do.
We do.
We got cute
and
little things we put on social media, those little. Yeah, I think I made it. Maybe it's.
It's, the last time I saw the poster was not this birthday, but the previous one. Do we still have those, Matt?
No, we don't have any of this big issues right now.
Okay. Yeah.
But
we might-
if you just. I mean, anything designed is easily printed.
You had several cute little things you were doing for waterways.
Yeah.
I'm happy to like
Do
make a
something with
poster or a sticker.
QR code or something like that that takes us to maybe that site that Sarah found, the Forum Neighborhood Resources one that also has links to heat pumps, rebate programs, etc.
It's good.
That would be really cool. And then we had talked about maybe having like a little card or something like that. They could have that map that your students may have shared with us today. That would be really nice. If we could get that printed on something cardstock. So it's, you know.
The poster or,
No, like a little map,
oh,
did you see the map thing? Yeah, the other student made that. Because it has
and what
the
is the event?
parks and the,
I think any of it.
well, we were thinking about having it for the farmer's market, which we were talking about maybe having in the later part of August, but then also there's this harvest festival that we shoot for some of these materials that we go last in September too. If we can't make the farmer's market, we could just make the harvest festival and then next year we can make. Yeah.
Hillary, I really appreciate you taking the initiative on that. That I think is going to be a very popular giveaway. One thing that I would just suggest before we print them is maybe Matt, you could take a look or have somebody take a look just to make sure that we have it right, that we have the latest updates and maybe subject it to peer review so that we're not missing anything. But otherwise, I think that is going to be just a really great giveaway that will be one of our biggest hits, is just giving people a handy map to all the cool ways they can explore the city and its green spaces. Can you hear me?
He's great. He's really eager to help.
My computer is now recording. So.
Okay, great, thank you.
Okay,
Yes.
well, I'll follow up with everyone.
Okay, is there any other booth related or material related things that? Let's see, we talked about maybe having some sort of candy giveaway, and Matt checked on donation possibilities, and we could get
Yeah.
donations in kind but not cash, right?
Yes.
Okay,
It's cashless problem.
okay.
And this for the booth or for what?
Yeah, like if kids play the cornhole game or something, we can get a piece of candy, or we're thinking maybe spin a wheel or, something like that, possibility.
Can we just buy it and not have to beg?
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I just buy some?
Yeah,
I mean, I do have contingency money from the city council, so I'm just saying,
mhm.
spend a couple hundred. If you can't find money for it, turn it into mine. I don't know.
Yeah, we just didn't have official budget money for it, so we were trying to see if we could donate that sort of thing.
Well, I hate to ask businesses, I just one of those people, I don't look like.
Right.
So I'd rather just have someone buy it and we'll just have the council pay for it. We usually have several thousand, I want to say 25K a year.
Mhm.
We don't spend it all, so.
Okay,
Just have someone buy it and then I'll tell Bren that to expect this receipt for the. I mean, it's not even realistic that we don't give you any budget anyway. We should have given you a basic sample
well,
for,
I mean, we do for the award, we spend our budget on the award every year.
well, let's give you a couple hundred for, I mean, there's no reason that. We're not a poor city, like that's what I'm saying. You can have a little bit of money, a couple $100 for Tootsie Rolls or whatever you're gonna get.
Mhm. That'd be great.
And if someone just needs to purchase it, designate someone. And if you have a problem turning it in, then I'll put it in city council.
Cool.
Thank you.
I just hate to have people have to spend time to go out and beg people for candy and money and. I mean, unless you have a business that you already know that wants to, that's fine, but
Yeah, and if we have the UTA giveaways, maybe we don't need the candy either, so like. You can kind of see how that works.
Yeah.
Is there anything else from our side to help with the materials you're checking on, Matt, with the
I
canopy
just
or?
follow up with Jason, see where he's at with the budget. I was out of town last week, so
Okay,
I got a little list of things to catch up on.
okay, great. Yeah, because I think once we have a canopy and a tablecloth, do we need a table?
yeah,
Yeah, a table. We could potentially, how much in advance do we need to let the farmer's market people know that we're gonna have a booth?
Couple weeks.
Okay, so let's see.
No, what,
Fifth week
Wednesday
of
nights?
August now, so Yeah, I mean, by end of August, maybe beginning of September or something like that, potentially be in there.
I can take a shift too on that. Cause I've been going to that market. It's been fun.
Too, it's fun.
It was
a cute market.
happening last week. It was,
And I went last night, there were 4 vendors and I bought bread.
well, yeah, we got a text or a message or something that got canceled yesterday, so we didn't go, but
There were 4.
okay.
There's
Yeah,
just people
I
already
think they were
there.
worried about the.
yeah, there was like lightning.
Yeah, it wasn't
coming
wet.
in.
It wasn't. wet.
Yeah, but
Yeah, the
yeah.
farmer said, we already picked.
yeah, we're
We
coming.
gotta come.
Yeah, but man, it was happening the week
Yeah,
before. That
it's
was
happening.
awesome.
It's a fun.
So I have to be
place.
careful because I spend over $100 every time I walk
Yeah.
there.
Oh, yeah.
It's so
I got
easy.
these earrings there.
I like,
Yeah,
those.
yeah.
I was admiring those.
Yeah, so you
they're
just, you know,
beautiful.
you can, the lady does stained glass. She's so good. I was like, oh, I want that.
Any other event booth materials, booth ideas, anything on that? Okay. Then the next item is a report on individual assignments.
Are you still there?
Yes.
The only thing that I wanted to share, if you were all up for it, is that for our next meeting in September, I'm inviting Don Jarvis from Provo to come and just speak on the topic of some of the things that they felt have been most successful with their committee over the past couple of years we can learn from. So
Yeah.
I'm planning to dedicate about half of our meeting. Next month, if we feel like we have the capacity to just having us learn some things from Provo. Is there any thoughts on that or any objections to that?
I think it's a great
Don's
idea.
great.
Yep, sounds good. Exciting.
Yeah, so please do, Quinn. Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't have any updates other than what we've already talked about, but I was also gonna push the bike parking and Darren beat me to it. The bike forum is getting a lot more active.
Mhm.
And so I think there's gonna be a lot more potentials for collaborations and things like that,
That's great.
maybe even associated with our booth,
Nice.
things like that. So
Nice.
do you have anything you would like to update us on, Hillary?
No.
Okay. And Sarah updated via email that she's working on that cornhole thing, and like there was one other thing that she had in her email.
We just, as a council, just took a tour of the Wakara Way,
Oh, yeah.
and they're building a, I think restrooms and trailheads. So, that is exciting. I think it's a good looking project, and I think it's gonna be nice as it fits in the other amenities along the lake. So,
It's gonna be awesome.
yeah, it looked like a good thing. So we were supportive, so. I can't remember the timeline, but I'm sure, do you remember? Yeah, a year or 2?
They're gonna go out to bid in the spring,
Spring.
so probably hopefully end of next year, but
Yeah, but they had marked it off, so.
And what's the plan for connectivity to that trail?
Yeah, they're building a bike route to
Okay,
connect to the
so-
UCA.
From,
well, there's already an existing multi-use path from Geneva Road to the water treatment facility plant.
Yeah. that's where they're
At that
asking.
point, there will be a trail spur connected to the lake, the trail they're connecting out, they're building out there, which is not officially the Walkera Way Trail, and might be ultimately dubbed Utah Lake Shore Trail. And so you'll be able to, there is a missing section between Geneva and the actual transit station, but that's in our planning process to try and add trail connection from that last couple blocks. So, you know, you'd have a potential connection from UVU over the bridge all the way out to the lake
That'd be nice.
via bike.
That's awesome.
that'd be really great. Yeah.
And that trail head northward initially to Vineyard, you know, the trailhead As you get into the vineyard side, there's a subdivision or building that will connect into the existing Utah Lake Shore Trail. Phase 2 will head south of our trailhead to the Delta area, where there'll be a third trailhead that will ultimately connect into Lake Shore Parkway Trail System and the Provo River
So
Trail
awesome.
System.
Yeah, that's gonna be
Oh,
good.
that'll be really great.
And ultimately ours also, we have a few missing segments, but we'll eventually connect into the 1600, the 800 North multi-use path. We'll take
Nice.
you up to Murdoch Canal and the Provo Trail. And so between all that, you'll
That's
be able to
great.
do one giant circle.
That
Be
would be
nice, that'd be great.
fantastic.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
really great.
The connectivity is the key.
It's
I
pretty
think.
cool.
Yeah.
There's definitely some improvements we make on the 800 North side, but the vast majority of that is done
It's getting there.
and the bones are there. I would say we need to take it to the
Exciting.
next level, but it's.
Should we really talk all that stuff up?
Yeah,
Right?
we really should.
Yeah,
That's pretty great. It's a really good amenity. that our city has.
Mm.
kind of reminds me of when the Murdoch Canal, I mean, that really became just a great,
Oh, yeah, that thing's awesome.
yeah,
It's heavily used.
oh, yeah, I walk it every Friday.
Oh, nice.
Eventually it'll be a trail around Full Lake.
Yeah.
Actually.
Cool.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Cool.
It's a long trail.
So that's all,
Could
I,
have,
That's a
like,
really
events,
long
right,
trail.
races and
there will be
things.
a long trail.
My
Yeah.
legs feel
Yeah,
tired
50
just
miles.
thinking about it.
I don't know how long it is.
Next
No.
50 miles.
Yeah.
Have someone pick me up on the other side.
Yeah.
Trail.
Oh, that would be
I
great.
do have an e-bike, but I don't think I'd get to 50.
Even on your e-bike,
Nah,
get some padded bike shorts.
No.
Yeah, I don't think
Not
it's,
that fit.
I don't think it's the distance of the bike at that point. It's
It
the
could very well
comfort.
be.
Yeah,
for me.
I
Yeah,
was
yeah, the
thinking
Utah
about
Lake
it.
Trail is just shy, it's just 100 miles.
Yeah.
It will be 100 miles.
Okay.
We could do ultra.
I can see, I can see it coming
People will,
eventually, you
Yeah.
know.
Oh,
like,
yeah, there'll be ultra
Absolutely.
races and
Yeah,
all
yeah,
that once.
That'd
Oh,
be
that's
cool.
exciting.
Very.
Nice,
It's an exciting time to be in Utah County.
yeah.
All these good changes.
So with Sarah's graduation and everything, so moving forward, are we gonna keep the same days? I know there was talk of,
I think the plan for the rest of this year is to stay on the first Thursday.
okay,
Calendar
Okay.
year.
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah.
and I'll be with you through December, and then someone will take my place.
Is that when your term is up? in
Yeah.
December?
So we'll have to wait and see who's elected, but if there becomes someone that you think would be, I know, have you had Jeff Lamson before?
Jeff Lamson before, yeah,
Mhm.
yep,
I'm hoping he gets reelected, so. I know he liked this.
Like. being
yeah,
part of this
yeah,
one.
and he's emailed us a few times about bike stuff. I guess he's gotten more into bikes this last
Yeah.
year. And
So
yeah,
if he gets
he's still-
reelected,
he's
he
still
might be
connected.
someone, I mean, the mayor makes those calls that I
Mhm.
can put a bug saying, you know.
Nice, thank you.
It's good too to have someone who maybe isn't that interested and then.
They get
we-
They-
educated.
they can
Yeah.
see what we.
Right,
do.
they
That's-
can
that's
see,
true, too.
like, how good we
Yeah, we
are.
can put, I mean, there's gonna be two new people because Terry and I, both our seats are up, so.
Right.
So, yeah,
Oh,
they're
really?
definitely, yeah,
Terry's-
Terry's is too,
Oh,
so
okay.
he didn't put anything. So there will be two.
Cindy, I do think one of the things that's been a real asset for us is that you've helped clear
Totally.
the path for some of these issues, because without access to the city council, we don't have a lot of ability to make things happen. And so really appreciate
Yes.
the way that you've helped facilitate
Oh,
this.
happy to do
I
it.
think
Agree with.
we do need somebody who can do that.
And just catch it always Family City USA, that is the buzz phrase with
Mhm.
the current mayor and council, that was their thing, and so
Okay.
I think that's the best way. I mean,
we
yes,
are all
there's,
family.
you know, cost savings and environment, but I think the Family City USA is really how you're gonna sell it with them.
Mhm.
Just keep that in mind
Yeah, that's
because
good too.
it's just a good tip from, and no one's gonna argue with the family thing.
I mean, I almost feel like environmental issues are naturally family issues because it's our kids. It's like the world
Mhm.
we're leaving our kids.
It's true, but it can have a liberal slant to it, you know, and we're quite conservative, so you kind of have to, kind of massage that.
Sure.
Yeah,
That's
just
okay.
the reality of
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm very conservative, but as far as this kind of stuff, I'm much more.
You know, there's actually a conservative climate caucus meeting at UVU. Did you hear about this?
I didn't know they were meeting at UVU.
Yeah, the representative
Okay,
Curtis.
Curtis, yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be, yeah, because I was like, I saw that and was like, Sarah, you need to have
Yeah.
a booth here.
Yeah.
So I'm fiscally conservative, but I'm very much save the earth.
Yeah, I mean, it's a
Be
balance,
wise with
right?
our resources. I'm just saying.
I mean, it's the exact same principle, fiscal conservative
Yeah,
and environmental conservative is the same thing.
yeah,
You're just
Well,
trying
yeah,
to-
that's true, except, if you have all of these things that cost industry money, I mean, it's like with everything, all these,
Everything has balance.
climate change is sometimes a bad word.
Yeah.
I did meet with Representative Curtis, talk about.
Oh, that's
conservative
awesome.
climate
Oh,
caucus
good,
the
good, good.
Past couple of weeks. And we
Oh.
also
awesome.
met with Mitt Romney, talk about
Fancy.
water issues in the state, so I can update you on those things.
Oh, I'd love to hear it.
Great.
That'd be cool.
You should come to the conservative climate caucus. I'm gonna try to go.
When is it?
It's, I don't know.
Yeah, I'll look
In
it up.
September or something.
Cool.
I saw it on his like social media.
Oh, okay.
Congressman Curtis.
Yeah, I get his newsletter, but I must have missed it. So the very last thing is one other update from Sarah is that she's working on doing a free swap.
Nice.
Yeah, those are always good.
For teamed up with the city's fall cleanup, and that she's in discussions with Public Works Director Chris Jerky about that. So that will be
Good.
on the horizon too. Okay. Does anyone have any other item of business or anything they'd like to discuss before we approve last month's meeting minutes?
Please utilize me for your booth and fall harvest. I want to go out with a strong bang.
Okay, great.
I just work till 5:30. Just keep that in mind. I can take a
Right.
shift after 6.
All right, leadership, thank you, appreciate that. All right, well then, do I have a motion to approve last month's minutes?
So moved.
Okay, and I will second. So all those in favor of approving last month's meeting minutes?
Hi.
Aye,
Aye.
okay. And do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I'll second. All those in favor of adjourning until our next meeting on September 7th?
Aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Oh,
Cool.
All right.
thanks.
Thank you all for holding down the fort and accommodating me while I'm on the road. I really appreciate it. Looking forward to